It is time to make the sound to summon the stream. Greetings, dear viewers. I'm Quill Quickcard, and welcome back to my first time playing Pokemon Moon. Today we're going to continue our way through Alola Island. We're heading to the grass trial. Every single time I get into a battle, I have to spin my challenge wheel here. This isn't a real spin, just an example, which will have some kind of effect or thing I have to do during or after the battle. Good morning, Leon. Good morning, Coles. Good morning, Eggy. Everybody is on the name list, and let's get going. Last week, I actually kind of rushed through this area a fair bit. So, let's make sure that we hit all the stuff we have missed. Amistar is Octillery's ancestor. Alright. So, our first real battle of the day on my completely original hardware, where there is nothing suspicious or questionable going on whatsoever. The wheel has been shuffled. We are not allowed to switch during this fight. Alright, and they are starting with an Eevee. Hello, Eevee. Really feels like I'm getting more little spikes of lag than I would expect. That's fine. I am actually in an absolutely fantastic mood today because, and I can't be sure, but I think I am actually on the cusp of finally beating Minecraft on hardcore without breaking any blocks on my 227th attempt. What's probably my 227th attempt. But, oh, God, I am excited about that. I'll still not get over about how they made Marowak use Toxic Stall you in Ultra. Well, I'll just know to counter that. Alright, there we go. Donut wins the fight. Not bad for our first battle of the day. Not sure why she had her legs spread like that, but okay, you do you, girl. Miracle Seed. You know what? Let's see if we can't get a new Pokemon encounter for this morning. It's a Fletchinder. Pretty sure we've caught a Fletchling, but we haven't actually caught a Fletchinder. I don't mind going for that. Leon, if you are still here, if you are still watching, please give a name for this Fletchinder. And if you are not Coles, you can also give out a name for the Fletchinder. Okay, reduced attack means I can safely go in with a second Fang. Excellent. Alright, it's time to use my Mighty Balls. Sophie, though, Quill. Don't forget about the donut. You'll have to remind me. Yeah, that's right. Bound Sweet named Gale. Okay. Is this Sophie? Nope. No, we need to have an accent mark. I do not believe I have the capacity to do this with the accent mark. It only lets me use an accented E. Alright. Cool. Alright, well then, with Leon off the list, Eggy, you are next to name. Can Bounsweet be found in this area? Is it worth sort of running around looking for a little bit? Lush Jungle. Got it. In that case, we are moving forward. Actually, I didn't look in here. What's this place? Fossil Restoration Center. Oh. Dream Park, where dreams become reality and fossils become Pokemon? Someday this whole place is going to be filled to bursting with Pokemon from the ancient past. Okay, well, looks like you've got your work cut out for you then, RV man. See, this is pronounced... okay. So it's Sophie. You're suggesting I find a Comfey. Do 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 do. Okay, that makes me laugh. Naturally, there are lots of grass-type Pokemon in Lush Jungle. Do you know this type's strong against grass? Fire, flying, and bug, to name a few. Yeah, that is only a few, because there is also poison. And ice. Alright. Do, 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 do. Hello, is there anybody over here who wants to fight? Yes, there is you, sir. And my challenge for this battle is... I have to switch after every knockout. He has one Pokemon. That doesn't seem like it's going to be hard. Go! Acid Spray! Let's try again with Acid Spray! Oh no, it has sniffed me. Oh no. Oh, you poor little dog. I'm so sorry you had to sniff me. I probably reeked of garbage and oil. Oh, that's right. I think the next 7-star raid in Scarlet and Violet has started up as well. I think it's Girafarig? Yeah, I think this challenge is Girafarig. Well, thank God it won't be as hard as the Annihilate one. Because you basically can't make a raid harder than the Annihilate one. Labeled all the shinies I have in Champ with either the label Home Shinies or Ranch Shinies. Hello. Time for another fight. Alright, what do you got? Alolan Meowth. And I cannot use super effective moves. Okay. Ow. Okay. I am actually pretty damn good today. Ugh, after having some troubles with my CPAP machine over the last week, I finally got that all sorted out, stopped with the leaks, and last night was the first night I've completely slept through the night in probably about a week. I haven't exactly missed out on any sleep, but it is nice to sleep uninterrupted. Do you think of a mighty in a Evo that is like Meowstic, so extreme gender differences of punk culture references and female ones annul? They called it Obstagoon. The only thing it's missing is the gender differences, but they did that, and it's Obstagoon. Nice. Cool. Obsidian is grunge and, like, British. Yes. You indicated punk. What the hell was that? Yes, I do in fact know that information. But wait a minute. Hold on. No, it's not that. Right, okay. Aha! What? Okay. It is a Magikarp. Later you'll get a Sharpedo that is just Tauros but on the water. I'm having trouble escaping a Magikarp. Is that why in Sword and Shield the Magikarp or the Sharpedo were like an unbelievable menace to society? Hello, gentlemen. Alright. We have a double battle. Karate family. Samuel and Guy. Alright, we have to switch every other turn. Switching every other turn. Okay. let's go with Conehead. And then Xanax can open up with their confusion. That hurt. They have beat Xanax to death. We're going to send out Dolly, because next turn it's going to be Dolly's turn to switch anyway. Alright, Pluck. And John VGC. There we go. Machop is dead. Good job, John. Uh-huh. Oh, sure. Now you get me crits. Alright. We have to switch Conehead this turn. Meanwhile, John has acrobatics. Get him, John. Good work. Okay. Actually, let's go with Poison Fang, and John has to switch. Nice. Not gonna lie, Mawile Shiny in the modern game looks bonkers. I will maintain that Archeops is probably the Pokemon that suffered most from the change from Sprite to 3D. And I refuse to change that opinion based on any evidence that I am given. Because I am stubborn, and because I don't actually care enough to update my opinion. Alright, that went pretty well. Nope, that's not it. What is the... There we go. Okay, that's the button. I wish that when I was holding R, it gave me some kind of indication that it was waiting for me to input for my Ride Pokemon shortcut. It's a wishy-washy! Eggy! You are probably on deck to name a wishy-washy. Oh, you absolute ass. Sushi. Okay. Damn you, you stupid fish. We're just going for a netball. There we go. Okay, we are naming it Sushi, and that puts Coles next on the naming list. Cool. Nope. Okay. Nope. God damn it. Okay. Touchscreen does not want to actually work with where I'm pointing today. That's fine. Dude, get off the water. Okay. We gotta go fix that name. Wishy-Washy looks depressed. It should be depressed. Literally none of its friends showed up to help it. It should feel bad about that. It means that he is a bad Wishy-Washy. So, it'll probably be a bit of a shorter stream today. I'm only planning to go for a couple of hours. But I'm assuming that that will be enough time for us to finish up this island. You. I tried using the touchscreen on my completely original hardware, and it messed up the name. I need you to rename my fish. Nice. Cool. There we go. I actually do kind of like this ride Pokemon system. I think the UI for it is a little annoying, but... I have often thought that... This is not where I wanted to be. I have often thought that a good way to change up HMs in Pokemon games would have been to do a more, like, Pokemon Ranger style system, where you would just, like, you know, make use of, like, some nearby Pokemon or something. And this is kind of similar to that concept. Okay. Yes, I think we are good for John VGC to take the point here. Thanks for stopping by. Welcome to Lush Jungle, the trial grounds for me, Mallow. I knew it the first time I saw you and your team. You've chosen only the finest ingredients. That's why I'm gonna make you help me. Or, no, I mean, that's why you should try my trial. You are the one that got a sparkling stone straight from Tapu Koko, aren't you? So you're totally ready for this. Ah, the breath of the jungle. I can tell just what today's special should be. Yep, it's gotta be. My personal specialty, the Mallow Special. I'm gonna need you to find 4 ingredients for me. I'll need a Mago Berry, a tiny mushroom, a revival herb, and a miracle seed. Here you go. I brought you a forage bag to hold all the ingredients gathered for your trial. Cool. If you put the trial ingredients in your own bag, they'd get mixed up with your stuff, right? When you're hunting for ingredients, you're gonna want to rely on Stoutland's help. It'll find things that you don't see after all. Just remember I told you at the farm, right? Just press the B button to use Stoutland's search. Okay, one more time. There are 4 things you need to get for me to clear your trial. A Mago Berry, a Tiny Mushroom, a Revival Herb, and a Miracle Seed. Got that? Okay, then here in Lush Jungle, it's time for Mallow's trial to begin. Alright, let's do it. Go, Stoutland! Use your power! Oh my god, that is so precise. Okay, so... like, do I have to get off of you? Or was that you just indicating, like, it's close, but we're not quite there yet? Okay. Gotcha. So it is basically a premise. The big mushroom attacked. You sneaky jackass of a mushroom. How dare you? I can't believe you would do that to me. And now, you shall suffer for your insolence. Die! You can actually differentiate what trees later on are pseudo-wudo and what are actual trees. Got it. There's pseudo-wudo up ahead. Hey, it's me, Mallow. Oh, a tiny mushroom. That's great. There's a secret to why they're so popular with some people. You'll have to try one to find out what it is. Still 3 ingredients left to get. We still need a whole big helping. I think I have to go this way. Okay. There we go. X special attack. That does not help me. Okay, that tree's a shaken. And I've been attacked. X items here are +2. Ooh. That's really cool. Anyway, I desire the death of this creature. I have achieved the death of this creature. Alright, we got a Mago Berry. Yes, I found a Mago Berry. Oh my god, let me off the damn dog. Thank you. Is there really nothing in Idaho? I mean, it's fine. It doesn't have a lot in the way of, like, really major cities. You know, a fair chunk of it is rural, but it's got plenty of natural beauty. Do you know Scott the Wise? I recognize the name, and I'm sure I've seen some of their stuff. But I could not, off the top of my head, tell you, like, a specific thing of theirs that I've seen. That really doesn't help me clarify in my memory. I watch a lot of different people. Okay, we found that. I can promise you I have not seen enough content of anybody to know their preferences for... I don't even know what that is. Okay, I mean, you're giving me more details when they don't really mean anything to me. Besides, unless it's in literally every single piece of content that they do, a recurring gag won't really mean much. You keep asking for more clarifying information. I cannot provide you more information than I already have. I told you I probably have seen something of theirs, but could not tell you anything specific. That answer has not changed with multiple clarifications. Where the hell am I supposed to get this last ingredient? I am not checking my DMs right now. I am doing a trial. I don't know what information you are attempting to express. Okay. I think you should have pulled up the grass. Well, there's at least one other thing in this area. Okay. Miracle Seed. I did not need to pull up the grass. Cool. Did you seriously send me the Wikipedia page for Scott the Laws? What are you trying to communicate? What are you attempting to do? What is so vitally important that I must be specifically reminded of this person? I don't understand the purpose of your communication. Hey, Quill. Great, now that we've got all the ingredients, we just need... Sorry to keep you waiting. How are you, Mallow? I mean, Coles, I kind of guessed after the first 2 trials that every trial was different between the 2 versions. You know, since the first 2 trials were different, apparently. I've brought a thick club and a rare bone. And I brought you some fresh water and the usual rocky helmet. Thanks, Lana. Thanks, Kiwi. Now we've got everything we need. You're up next, Quill. We're going to cook up a storm and lure out the totem Pokemon of the lush jungle. Let me see what you've got for me. 1 Mago Berry? Check. 1 Tiny Mushroom? Check. 1 Revival Herb? Check. 1 Miracle Seed? Check. Perfect. Just what the recipe calls for. Now we can make the Mallow Special. The aroma of this tasty dish will draw that totem Pokemon right to us. Ready to start cooking? Yes. Okay, Lana. Flip that rocky helmet over and let's pour that fresh water into it. Here you are. Then in go the Mago Berry, the Tiny Mushroom, the Revival Herb, and the Miracle Seed. Kiwi, let us use that thick club and that rare bone for a minute. Here you are. Okay, Quill. Grab the thick club and the rare bone and pound it all to a pulp. Press A to pound the ingredients. Keep pressing A to finish the food. Crush it! Okay. I don't know why we're using a construction helmet as a cauldron. A unique aroma begins to waft through the area. You feel a piercing gaze from somewhere within the underbrush. Wow, Mallow was angry and it was sneaking up on me. Ah! Dropped my controller. Lurantis, the totem Pokemon of Lush Jungle, has appeared. Alright, and so the battle begins. Okay, it has increased its speed, but not its defenses. Wow. Anywho, Inferno Overdrive. John VGC, you know what to do. It's speed higher. The speed that is like 48. Yeah, it's not. It's still not intimidating. Yeah, your ally Pokemon's not gonna help. What the f— You have a helper cast form? Okay, that I did not see coming. Oh, you run Synthesis. Oh, so if it puts up a sunny day, that's actually crazy. That is fascinating. It also makes my fire stronger. So, good job. Mm-hmm. I used to struggle so much in this fight. It also has Solar Blade. It's not going to use Solar Blade because it is very busy desperately trying not to die to my boosted fire attacks. It definitely runs trainer AI as well. It's selecting its moves intelligently as opposed to at random. But I can outlast you, Lurantis. Fire Fang won't run out before Synthesis because I have Ether. Cool. Oh, it has Solar Blade and a Power Herb. That I did not know. Alright, well, we've now exhausted its healing item, or its held item. Ooh, that hurt. Donut's just gonna die. Oh no, Donut actually got the Quick Claw. Haha, we weakened your special defense. What a loser. Conehead, you're up. Let's get him. Donut is dead. Yes. Yes, he is. There we go. Easy enough. I actually really like that the totem Pokemon are like, straight up boss fights. I really like that. Now, you have angered me, tiny cloud thing. Die, you little bastard. This is like the first time in all my years of playing Pokemon that I have actually considered a cast form to be a threat. How is this cast form so strong? See, that's what I was asking. But it's time to stomp this thing. And so, cast form is defeated. Xanax gained a level. Imagine if it had Weather Ball. Yeah. You defeated Totem Lurantis. Wow, Quill, you're strong, huh? You were really able to draw out the flavor of your Pokemon in that battle. The Totem Pokemon bowed right down to you. Yes, even back at Wella Volcano Park, my vaunted Salazzle didn't stand a chance. Nor did the Wishy-Washy that I had trained so carefully. Alright, you've cleared all 3 of Akala's trials. You even managed to get through my trial, and I'd say it's a real doozy. It's not. Here, a gift for such an inspiring young trainer. I've never forgotten Weather Ball was Cast Form's signature move. My problem is that Weather Ball doesn't work with Sandstorm. And Cast Form doesn't have a Sandstorm form. I think Cast Form should actually be redone in order to give it... half your team died, sit down. So... I can revive and heal them at any time. It's fine. Weather Ball does work with Sandstorm? Does it now? Huh. I didn't know it did. I thought it was only hail, sun, and rain. I think Cast Form needs to be redone. I think it should have... Either it should be redone, or have some kind of a variation on it, or a new Pokemon that works similarly, but works with terrain effects. I think that would be really, really cool. We have received the Grass-type Z-Crystal. Okay, that's a cute little dance move. Since you've cleared my trial, Quill, I want you to help me train some Pokemon from here in Lush Jungle. Here, have some nest balls. Looks like Lurantis didn't finish all the food. Oh, I really want you guys to try some. Have a bite, Kiyoe. You too, Lana. If you insist. Lick. Quill, you don't get me, because fuck you. When I was like 11, I wanted to make a Castform Evo called Castorm. Oh my... Oh. I have never thought of that. Cole's legitimately Castorm is an awesome, awesome name for that. That is so good. The flavor from the rare bone seems to fill my whole mouth. I'm just going to leave this dialogue on screen for a minute while we all carefully consider why this probably shouldn't have been the dialogue. Yeah. It tastes so good, you might melt. No, wait, is that my tongue that's melting? Ugh! It's so... spicy! I did not watch and really haven't seen any clips of the Sun and Moon section of the anime. I have basically... I am, like, really ignorant of Gen 7. What? What's wrong with you guys? Don't you have any taste? Are you headed off to Olivia's for the grand trial? Woo! What's that sweet smell I smell drifting my way? Could it be a tasty Mallow special? I heard you cleared Mallow's trial, yeah? Alright then, I have a present for you. That little TM right there is Smart Strike, a move that will never miss. There'll be all kinds of discoveries and new experiences to make your adventure brighter. There's a facility, yeah, that I want you to go check out on your island challenge. The Dimensional Research Lab. Let's get on over there with extreme speed. No, fuck you, I want to stay here and look for Pokemon. Here you go. Hey there, Quill. Guess I should congratulate you on clearing all 3 of Akala Island's trials. Congrats! Look like it's time for you to take on Kahuna Olivia's grandchild. Olivia is an expert user of Rock-type Pokemon. You're going to want to catch some Grass-type Pokemon in Lush Jungle to add them to your team. That's what I was going to do, you dumbass! Whenever you're ready for the grand trial, come see me at the Dimensional Research Lab. It's down past Route 6, yeah, but just ask Rotom if you need some help. Yes, the professor told me to go catch some Grass-type Pokemon, which is what I was going to do. Okay, so, once we beat the grand trial, whichever Pokemon are on my team, except for my starter, are going to get retired. So who do I actually want to take with me? We can take Petalil, Wishy-Washy, Xanax is fine. I don't actually want to lose my Trumbeak just yet. So we will bring Coles for the Magnet Bomb. Alright. Fast Form was also supposed to be normal flying type. The sooner we can dash your hopes. I wanted to at least be in the next island. Coles, if it was up to you, I would probably have, like, 10 Pokemon. They would all be your favorites, and I would use them the entire game. Which I am not doing. I like having a wide variety of stuff that I play with. And that means that nobody's favorites get to stick around forever. Nah. Alright, we are here to look for the Bound Sweet. Oh, sure. Now we don't have an encounter rate of 1 Pokemon every 3 steps. More lol. Already got one of you. However, what I will say, Coles, is that because you specifically donated for it, we are going to find a Bound Sweet. And I will name it, I think Gale, you said, right? And that one we are going to carry with us to the next island. Here we go, Bound Sweet. Gale was the name, is that correct? I swear, Cole, sometimes I just can't with you. All right. We won't take Magnemite. I will use it on the next island, and then I will get rid of it forever. Alright, Bound Sweet. Your name is Gale. You'll be part of the next island team. However, in exchange for making this, we are going to lose a Pokemon that we all actually care about. We will all suffer for this decision. Eggy, you are next on the naming list. Can I just fly out of here? Sweet. Alright, which Pokemon will be most painful for us to part with? You know what? I have always desperately wanted to run an Alolan Grimer, Alolan Muck in one of, like, in a playthrough. Like, that's one of the big things I actually wanted to do with this. It will be sacrificed. It will be sacrificed. So that fucking Magnemite can stick around. Or I could just take Carbink. Actually, no, Carbink really doesn't have anything that's gonna help. Well... the choice has been made. Honestly, at the end of the day, I doubt that an Alolan Muck was going to go all the way anyway. Cubone or Morlor would be better sacks. Yeah, but you see, this is the one that I care about. I am making myself suffer for your choices. That's how it works. The Dimensional Research Lab is down there. Although, thank you for mentioning Cubone, because, yeah, I'd forgotten it'll be absolutely fun to have a cube. Well, we can run Cubone once we actually start getting close to the point where it would evolve. Let's go with the Waterium on Sushi. And let's actually open with Sushi for this battle. I talk about the Grimer as if it's some big loss. I can literally train one whenever I want in the game. Go, Debbie! Use Splash! Pew! I was just acting like I was Quill. You always seemed to end up getting hurt, Nebby. So I never really liked Pokemon trainers or thought I would want to be one myself. But when I see Quill and Alola and Hop, it's like they've thrown open some door that I always thought was closed. They stride straight through it into the future. It seems so amazing somehow. Pew! Nebby always wants to shoot lasers. Oh. Oh, Quill, hello. I feel like it's been a while since we last met. There's a laboratory here that studies the dimensions, did you know? And the professor is waiting to meet you. How were your trials? It must be quite trying to do 3 in a row. Yeah, it was no problem. Goodness, really? It wasn't any trouble for you to tackle all 3 of Akala Island's trials? I suppose that explains it. The reason you look so content and understood by Wishy-Washy there, I mean. I have literally never interacted with it aside from catching it in a ball. Give me the thing. I have sucked a worm into my box. Because I am a hero. I have found a big mushroom. Because I am a hero. I have entered a door. Because I am a hero. You're going to the Dimensional Research Lab, aren't you? Anyone could tell that. After all, there's nothing else upstairs. Open. Hey there, honey. Oh, hi. And here's Professor Burnett. In Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, you collect totem stickers instead of cells, and those unlock the totems for you to use. She runs the Dimensional Research Lab, yeah. And she's also my wife. You're Quill, right? Lily told me about you. I need to wipe my glasses. With all this hotness on the screen, they're unfortunately getting a little fogged up. And by hotness, I of course mean cuckooey. She said you were the reliable sort. 3 months ago, I found Lily lying on a beach. Cosmog in her bag, also unconscious. No Alolan Hop today? Alolan Hop? He's a dumbass. Why would I bring him? He'll be the real deal someday. He could even become a kahuna, just like old Hala before him. You really think so? Oh god, he followed us. Whoa! Well, yeah, I really do. Found a shiny Feebas today. Congratulations. Good to see you again, Alolan Hop. It's been a while since I last saw you. Anyhow, I brought Quill here because I wanted you to tell him about some of the mysterious phenomena here in Alola. I'd be happy to. The mysteries of Alola, huh? Then you've got to mean the Ultra Wormhole! It's extremely rare, but sometimes a hole opens in the sky over Alola. It appears that this rift leads to a different and unknown dimension. The reason that people think there may be a mysterious dimension is because of the legends of fearsome Pokemon appearing from the Ultra Wormhole. Phew! It's very weak as proof, but I can't ignore it. There is also plenty of evidence already in the Pokedex for the existence of different dimensions, right? Fearsome Pokemon? Even normal wild Pokemon sometimes attack people, right? But the Pokemon that appeared from the Ultra Wormhole went way beyond that. They were called Ultra Beasts, and they were feared. If the stories are to be believed, the guardian deities of the islands fought desperately against them. But like I said, it's all legends and folktales. It's hard to know how much is true. You could, like, walk up to one of the Guardians with, like, any telepathic Pokemon and strike up a conversation. But I would be very happy if I could somehow unravel the mysteries of the Ultra Wormhole by studying the dimensional disturbances. We've recorded several known relationships between Pokemon in different dimensions and books. You can find them on the bookshelf in this lab. What do you mean? Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Bronzong? That's one I didn't expect. That's interesting. Huh. Cool. You want to know what happened 3 months ago? Well, I wanted to learn more about Nebby. About Cosmog. So I decided to come speak to Professor Burnett. But I got lost along the way and ended up wandering about until I collapsed on the shore. Well, you should play Bumpy's Arcade Fantasy. Probably won't. She listened to my story, staying up all night to hear it all. And then she even got her husband, Professor Kukui, to lend me his loft to stay in. And she told him to help me investigate Nebby's origins, too. Professor Burnett has been so kind, and she's still helping me try to find a way to get Nebby back to its own home. She's been like a real mother to me. It's almost like she doesn't have some kind of alien jellyfish, attached to her. I'm off to check out Diglett's tunnel next. It's a whole cave made by Pokemon, right? How about that, Quill? If Ultra Beasts are really out there, I wonder what kind of moves they can use. Weirdly, Kukui? Mostly familiar ones. You finished all 3 of Alola's trials. Woo! And now comes the big match against Olivia, the Island Kahuna. It's the biggest and baddest trial of them all here on Alola, the Grand Child. It won't make you want to break the Genova Convention, not at all. Good luck. Olivia's house has passed Diglett's tunnel. It's in Konakoni City, but watch out for Team Skull. I still have some things I want to talk to Professor Burnett about, so I'll stay here. I'm off to check out Diglett's tunnel next. It's a whole cave made by Pokemon, right? Cool. Alright. I encountered more Diglett playing Pokemon Sword than I will ever find playing Pokemon Moon and Ultra Sun. I know it. Oh no, it's a Space Volva. What was that just now? It looked like a crack in the sky. It looked like a Space Volva, okay? We're all mature here. We can admit when something is vaguely vaginal in form without having to get all giggly or unserious about it. It is an accurate descriptor of shape. Hey, Quill, so you've made it through all 3 Captain's trials, yeah? Then you should... Yes, I'm trying to get to Olivia. Shut up. Shut up, Alolan Hawk. Shut up. Sorry, I have some pent-up aggression toward Alolan Hawk, and it's mostly because of Galarian Hawk. Oh, Quill, wasn't it? This cave is really something, you know. It's overflowing with these Pokemon called Diglett, and they are getting really out of hand. Mediocre trainers can't even get through. So, how's your island challenge going? Let me see which crystals you burned. Oh, look at you, Quill. Nice work. I see you've even passed Mallow's trial. It's about time you had some fun with me. The Diglett have settled down too. Well, I'm glad that the Diglett settled down in the last 10 seconds of conversation. If you're as strong as you appear, you should be able to make it through this cave. At the other end of it, you'll find Pony Pony City. That's where my shop is. I'll see you there. You. Beat all the trainers. Okay. Larvitar, maybe. Ah. Pretty basic tea this morning. Nothing terribly special. Okay. So... when it has a lot of HP, the Pokemon forms a powerful spool. Well, apparently that is an inaccurate statement. I thought all Wishy-Washy would always school at the start of battle. It's kind of useless if it doesn't. Schooling only becomes online at level 20. That is really stupid. There should not be Pokemon abilities that are only active if a Pokemon is at a certain level. Did I ever come across any rare candy? I did. In fact, I have 2 rare candies. Problem solved. Ooh, a Firestone. That's good to have. I think they tried to make it so Wishy-Washy evolves and devolves mid-fight. But oh my god, it's an ass. Hello. Behold, as I use my incredibly powerful Z move. Z! Aqua Ray! Which is definitely a useful thing to do, I'm sure. Good work! That achieved absolutely nothing. I had to see. I had to see for myself. Phew! With Olivia in charge, we finally managed to make some headway against those Diglett. Oh, Alola! We're members of the Ether Foundation. We work to support Pokemon conservation. It seems like Team Skull was responsible for the Diglett in this cave getting so riled up and bringing them all to the surface. Oh, Team Skull is this group of troublemakers, you see. They seem to delight in interfering with trainers and their Pokemon. Diglett normally live in elaborate systems of underground tunnels that take years to dig out. We're here to ensure that they return to their tunnels and let people pass through here without having to fight so many Pokemon. Some of the Diglett are still stuck on or near the surface, though, so be careful. Wow, what nice, polite people the Ether Foundation are. What do we got? A Zubat. He has evolved into Super Sushi. Yeah. Cool. So now I've got a good sense of where I need my cursor to be in order to actually press something. Good work, Zubat. Oh, fuck you, Zubat. No, I'm done. I don't give a shit. Your fixation on Pokemon calls is legitimately commendable. I do always have to respect that kind of dedication. Nice to meet you, Diglett. You, fight me! Alright, let's see what our challenge for the battle is. Against Worker Jeff. Alright, whatever move we learn next from leveling up, we have to take it. Cool. In early game, Wishy-Washy is super good. Stats on this guy are genuinely good. Yeah, let's go with this. Scizor is actually one of my favorite Pokemon. I love it. That whole line is such a banger, and Cleavor is such a good addition to it. Nice. Alright. So, take next learned move is still active. I plan to hunt it to fill out my shiny Mega Dex and ZA. God help you. Like, legitimately, God help you. Especially for anything that's DLC exclusive. Good morning, Moondrop. Welcome to the stream. Doing pretty good this morning. Just making our way through the Diglett Tunnel. DLC makes it easier. There are certain Pokemon that only appear from the 5-star portals that are an absolute goddamn nightmare to find. I don't understand this challenge. So basically, every time I get into a Pokemon battle, I have to spin my wheel. And then it has some kind of effect I have to follow during the battle or after the battle. So for this one, I rolled box my lead for 3 turns. So I'm going to have to run back to a Pokemon Center and put Wishy-Washy into the box. And he's going to have to stay in the box for the next 3 battles. What have I found that's over level 21? Oh, another Zubat. Yeah, that checks out. Still, I don't want to run into any more stuff on my way out. Sushi was the lead during the battle, so Sushi is the one that's going to have to get boxed. Nothing to apologize for. It's hard to put a full description of what you're doing into, you know, a stream title. And we do still have another effect active as well. I guess we're taking a Cubone then. The other effect we have active for the time being is that the next time one of my Pokemon tries to learn a move from leveling up, I have to take it. I mean, I have a lot of favorites. White Kyurem is my all-time favorite Pokemon. Scizor is another very favorable one for me. Aegislash is another I absolutely love. I actually really like Chansey. I like Chansey more than Blissey. And Moondrop, since everyone else here has named at least one Pokemon this morning, we're going to give you the next opportunity to name one. When I think of favorite Pokemon, I like to think about it a lot by generation. So, Gen 1, Chansey. Gen 2, Scizor. Gen 3... I don't really think there's any from Gen 3 that are, like, super, like, near and dear to my heart. Gen 4, Gliscor. Gen 5, Kyurem, specifically White Kyurem. Gen 6, Aegislash. Gen 7... there aren't really any Gen 7s that are near and dear to my heart, either. Gen 8... Let me think about that. Gen 8... You know what? I think I'm gonna go with a Alolan... Or, sorry, not a Alolan. I think I'll go with Hisuian Zoroark for Gen 8. It's kind of 8.5. And then for Gen 9... I don't know. I can't really think of one right now. Yeah. You're some grunts. Oh, God. We have to deal with Alolan Hop again. I'd be able to think more clearly if I wasn't doing this. It's actually very surprising how hard it is to split your brain while streaming. Alright, let's see what challenge we're going to be under. Okay, we have to switch to our lowest level Pokemon, which is Ivy. Okay, Salandit decided it wanted to fart on us. Yeah, let's see if we can't actually get rid of the threat over here. Pikachu's gonna kill the damn thing before I get it to sleep. Like, quite literally, already. Just already. Team Skull is more interesting and more involved than Team Yell is for the entirety of Sword and Shield's plot. You could completely remove Team Yell from Sword and Shield, and you would basically not have to change anything about it, which is pathetic. I actually will agree that Team Skull is cringe, but I think the specific point is that Team Skull is supposed to be cringe. Like, we're supposed to be looking at these guys and being like, oh my god, really, dude? At least that's how I think it's supposed to come across. Like, there's not a sincerity to it, I feel. And I think that actually makes it a lot more endearing. Alright, our lowest level Pokemon handled the fight. Like teenagers out of my nightmares. Oh, here we go. Okay, alright, this was the next move from leveling up. We have to take it, due to a previous wheel roll. There we go. Alright, so that condition is no longer active. Yo, step off! Enough with the beating up, yo! We may not be trying to take over the world or nothing, but we're still hot as bone out here. See on the flip side, shut up, Alolan Hop. Man, Quill, when I fight with you, it's like even my Pokemon feel more at ease. You really are some kind of trainer. That's it. I've just got to give you something. Cool. Alright, so that was Battle 1. After 2 more battles, we can bring back out Wishy-Washy. Yes, I know about your pee-pee, Alolan Hop. I know how your pee-pee works. I know how my pee-pee works. Hey, Coles. It's okay to not be emotionally attached to something relating to Pokemon. It's okay. Alright, we're gonna spin the wheel, and our challenge against Worker Frank is Switch to our lowest level Pokemon. Okay. That is still Ivy. This is actually a decent matchup for Ivy. Alright, we successfully switched to our lowest level. And if possible, we are going to try to beat it with our lowest level Pokemon. There we go. A wonderful reference, Moondrop. Everybody appreciates Snapcube. You avoided Leech Seed. Are you serious? I did enjoy playing Sword and Shield. Like, I won't lie and pretend like I sat down and I had a bad time with it. I enjoyed myself. I experienced fun. But that does not change the fact that from a critical standpoint, from an objective design view, Sword and Shield were atrocious. Absolutely atrocious. The narrative was garbage. The world design, it was fine. I mean, the wild area, for being what it was for its first foray into that type of thing, it was fine. Nothing really special. It was perfectly serviceable. The max raid dens were an interesting way of getting access to, you know, a wider variety of Pokemon very quickly and efficiently, which I think is great. The thing is, it wasn't an interesting place to explore visually. I will say, and I truly believe this, Sword and Shield did not have a lot in the way of, like, actual routes between places, but I genuinely think that the routes that were there, the short little routes that you could actually explore, were actually really, really good. Like, so good that I wish they had more. Like, the route with all the little phalanx, the Glimwood Tangle, like, some of those routes were actually really interesting little places, and I enjoyed them. It's just that they were so few and so far between. They felt like half of what you would expect to find in a, like, a DS Pokemon game. And that's where it just really becomes truly disappointing. Hop is just an annoying bastard. The whole thing with Chairman Rose is terrible. And the entire end portion of that game is garbage. It's actual garbage. Like, holy hell, the way they did the end of that. Absolutely terrible. Okay, here's a cop. This is our third battle since boxing Wishy-Washy, so we will be able to get Wishy-Washy back for the Kahuna battle. And for this battle, our challenge is we cannot use special attacks. I do believe that Scarlet and Violet were a significant improvement on Sword and Shield. But they basically lack, like, traditional dungeon routes, cave routes. They basically lack that completely. And I really, really think we need those. I think that's something you have to have if you're going to have a game like Pokemon. Because unlike other open-world games, there's not, like, dungeons. There's not, like, specific locations where you're going into an interior to do something. You're just always out in the wild. And that wild needs to be a little more expanded upon, I think. A Probo Pass. Alright, please let me get into the Pokemon Center without dialogue. Because I want to actually go try to see if I can find some new Pokemon. So that Moondrop actually gets to name something. Also, we're getting our Wishy-Washy back. So Cubone is going to go back into the box and stick with us for the future. Alright, where are you? There you are. Alright. Any of you have anything interesting to tell me? You have a job for me. You want an Oranguru, which lives in lush jungle. Please trade it for your Zubat. Do I have a Zubat? No. Oh, wait, no, I do. I do in my retirement box. You know what? Sure. We're trading this out from the retirement box. Coles, I have never been interested in trying SOS farming, so I don't know. But it sounds, based purely on the fact it is a large number, that it's probably fine. Alright, we got a Poliwhirl. I don't think in all of my runs I have ever actually used a Poliwhirl or Politoed. Alright, and you are not retired, so you get to go here. Ugh. That was a big sneeze. You bless me. Thank you. You sell TM. Oh, Venoshock. That is super good. Ooh. Okay, well, I know I'm gonna want Shadow Claw. So we'll take that for now. Fight me! I am Super Fish. Yeah. You are no match for my fishy powers. I have so many fish, I am incredible. No, wait, don't put me back in the ball! Cool, stomping time. Okay, I want to find one Pokemon for Moondrop to name. I want to find one thing for them to name before we stop today. Yeah, screw it. I'll take Magical Leaf over Synthesis. Oh. I forgot to spin the wheel. Let's see what the challenge would have been. Okay, the challenge would have been to box the lead for 3 battles. So, Wishy-Washy has to go back into the box. We could still honor that. Wow, we are just not going to have Wishy-Washy for this fight. Well, Cubone, you're back in. At some point today, I need to do the 7-star raid so I can get the Mighty Mark Giraffe rig. Yeah. Why won't you fight me? Fight me, small child. Fight me, morning man. Okay, our challenge for this battle is... By the way, I subbed. Thank you very much for subbing. I do appreciate that. Alright, if a Pokemon faints, I have to release it. Okay, this battle actually has stakes. Anyone who dies here is gone. John, we're gonna bring you out cautiously. Oh, you little bastard. Okay. I need to get damage out on you. Come on. Oh my god. That did so much less than I hoped. Ouch. I cannot risk losing John VGC. If a Pokemon faints in this fight, I have to release it. Okay, we got off the burn. That is perfect. With his attack reduced, I can now switch safely to Dolly. I have suddenly been struck with a desire to play an old pinball game. Alright, let's go for the brick break. That's a great job. Galactic Pinball for the Virtual Boy. No. It was a pinball game made by Sierra. It was an old PC game. It was called 3D Ultra Pinball. And it had sort of like a sci-fi aesthetic to it. But what's interesting is that it basically had like a story mode. Like, it had 3 boards. And you could travel between them. And there were different tasks, and if you did all the tasks, there was actually like a true end point for the experience. Very interesting. Sierra had another pinball game that came out later, which was more like horror themed. And that one was super fun too, but it didn't have like interconnectivity between the boards. Alright, we did not lose any Pokemon. That was the first of the 3 battles we need in order to get Wishy-Washy back. Battle number 2. People in graves are sleeping, right? No, they are dead. Their bodies have ceased functioning, and most have decayed to the point where there is not enough material left that there's any possible time. Damn it! One of the worst things on the wheel! We can never evolve Cubone. Ever. Cubone is permanently locked out and can never evolve. I no longer feel bad about having to retire it. Oh, that sucks. Although, to be fair, of all the Pokemon that could have gotten locked out to never evolve, this was not the worst option. This could have been so much worse. We could have had John VGC out in front and never be able to get an Incineroar. Holy hell, I forgot I even put this on the wheel. Wow. Yeah, good work getting levels there, Nick. It really doesn't matter anymore. But you do get Bone Meringue. Ledian. There we go. So, Cubone has been Everstoned. Thank God we have not run into that one more often. Can you imagine how screwed we would be if we kept rolling that? Poison Flying is the longest running unique typing. That's interesting. Alright, that was battle number 2. If we do one more battle, we can get back Wishy-Washy. But I think I will be taking Cubone to the Kahuna fight. Simply because, well, we're never going to be able to get Marowak anyway. Okay, a Ghastly. Ghastly has decided to kill half of itself for no reason. Come on, show me something interesting. Ghastly. Isn't Shedinja the only ghost bug? I think so. Oh my god, we're having so much trouble getting away from these damn encounters just because Cubone is kind of slow and lower level. Cubone, bro! Holy hell. Okay. We are going to let John VGC take the front just so we can run through this. Phantom! Moondrop, you're gonna get to name a Phantom! Oh, this is great! I like Trevenant. Okay, so I'm pretty sure everything he can do will kill it. Xanax should be safe. Let's just go with Confusion. When I see Phantom, I can't help but think of the Dungeons and Dragons game that Drawfee did, Draga, and their rendition of Phantom. There's a trade for a Phantom later on for another Phantom. Really? That's pretty freaking awesome. This thing's gonna be an absolute ass to catch. That Phantom is named Tump Tump. Oh, that's cute. Oh no! He's killed my golden duck that's not named Golduck. Instead, it is named Psyduck, because it is not a psychic type. And maybe one day, Aaron from the Game Grumps will finally fucking remember that it's not a... you know what? Never mind. If anybody was following the Game Grumps, Nuzlocke, oh my god, they were such garbage. Like, you could genuinely feed random inputs into a game and probably battle more competently than the Game Grumps were. And I truly believe that. Moondrop. What is the name of our Phantom? And after this, we're going to do, like, we're going to talk to that NPC that I'm pretty sure is one more battle, and then we're going to go to the kahuna, so... We'll just turn off the name list, since I don't plan on catching anything else today. We need a name for the Phantom, Moondrop. If Moondrop has left, it will be Eggy's turn to name. So, Eggy, if you want... Eggy, if you want to suggest a name instead, you are more than welcome to. Okay, Coles, I guess you get to give a name. Nope, okay, Eggy answered. I'm gonna give this, like, another 30 seconds. If I start doing stuff like that, Coles, it's going to end up being a nightmare. If I make that, like, a consistent thing I try to do with every Pokemon. So, we're just gonna give it a little bit longer. If we don't see Moondrop, its name is Styx. Alright. Boop. 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 Do 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 do. Do 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 dun dun. All right, Jeopardy music is up. Its name is Styx. No, wait, no, not in party. Alright, I'm assuming you're a fight. This is going to be fight number 3. So we will be able to get Wishy-Washy back out after this. But first, let's see if the wheel is going to behave themselves. Hello, Madam Sayuri. We must inflict a status effect. Okay. So we must only use moves that can inflict status effects. So, you could with Fire Fang, Sleep Powder. Okay. So, on this one, if you have a move that only inflicts a status effect, you have to only use those. Other than that, if you don't have a move that only inflicts a status, you can only use attacks that can inflict a status. So Fire Fang would have been appropriate. But we have Sleep Powder, so we have to use Sleep Powder. Please stop using Wrap. Okay, we have inflicted a status effect. We have satisfied the condition. Oh, right. We can't switch out. Well then, we might as well put down a Leech Seed. Nice. Okay. Do volatile statuses also count? What do you mean, volatile statuses? I have never heard that term in reference to Pokemon. Confusion counts. Because confusion is just... Leech Seed, we will say, would not. It has to be one of the main ones. So confusion, sleep, freeze, burn, poison, paralyze. It's gotta be one of those 6. Otherwise, we could just, like... Well, actually, I don't have an example, but... That was actually a very good question, Coles, and it was one I had not considered, but... yeah, I think we'll limit to those 6. I am not making this up. You can look it up. Nuzlockers even say it. Cool. I have also never heard it. Also, I have no idea why they would use the term volatile for it. Temporary is probably a better term. Oh, you... Oh my god, I'm basically just stuck here until I'm not wrapped anymore. That is so goddamn annoying. Okay, this fight might take a while. Nah, screw it. Just kill me. Just kill me. The only way this ends in any timely fashion is if you kill me. Oh my god. Because it disappears after a switch, something 66% of the time another human being does means setting it up is kind of volatile. Volatile as an adjective essentially implies unstable. I still would not describe it as unstable. I can see how the term may have originated. I just don't think it's particularly I just don't think it's particularly accurate. I am literally doing nothing, begging this thing to kill me, and I am gaining health. Oh my god, I hate you, Comfey. I'm gonna fucking leech seed you to death. This is pathetic. Oh my god, Sayuri, you're terrible at Pokemon. Alright, fine. Magical Leaf. Let's end this. Oh my god, what a terrible fight. I hate you, Madam Sayuri. Okay, so that was battle number 3, so we can get back Wishy-Washy for the Kahuna fight. Okay, Wishy-Washy. You're actually going to replace... You know what? We had that bad luck with a never evolved Cubone. So we're actually going to hold on to Donut. Nah, Dolly did her stuff. I got to enjoy using her. Not to mention she has Brick Break. Hey, Probopass. No pass. The Pokemon is holding a letter. You take the letter and read it. Olivia here, this is Probopass. It watches the shop whenever I'm away. I know I asked you to meet me here, but there's been a change of plans. Come meet me at the Ruins of Life's past Memorial Hill if you can. Oh. Okay. Medicine? Max Potion. Alright, that's a hell of a thing. We did get a brief glimpse of Tapu Koko. So if I had to guess what's about to happen, it would be that we are about to have our first encounter with Ultra Space. And that as part of that, the Tapu for this island is going to make a brief appearance. That is my prediction. Oh, hell yeah, Dusk Balls. One of the best balls in the entire game. Hey, Ghastly. I know I turned off the name list because I thought we were going straight to the Kahuna fight. If we do catch something, though, Cole's you're next on the list. Unless Moon comes back. Oh my god. I swear I have never had as much trouble running from Pokemon as I have while playing this. Well, okay then. I guess you just want to fucking die. Okay, fine. I truly hate this SOS system. I really hate this. Like, this is a terrible system, in my opinion. A terrible system for something you have to deal with while playing casually. This should be something that is only in certain areas or at certain times, or something that you can toggle or control. But as designed, all this does is make every wild Pokemon encounter potentially a goddamn nightmare. Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon did make it less annoying. I sure fucking hope so. Wishy-Washy is pissed off. Oh no, your face is scary. Oh, what'll I do? Die! Die, you insolent bug! Also, I forgot to roll the wheel. Okay, no items allowed. So, we did not violate the rule that we would have had anyway. Tearful Look. What does that do again? Ooh. Yeah, actually, I will definitely take that over Helping Hand. Cool. Alright, we defeated Punk Girl. Team Skull, give back that Pokemon. No. Don't give me trouble, I'll reduce you to rubble. That's right, we're gonna sell this Pokemon to get rich and we won't make no bones about it. You want it back, you're gonna have to take it. No. Stand firm. Think of what the president would say. That's what you say, Chief, but you don't lift a finger. Why, I am the Ether Foundation's last line of defense. What would become of the Foundation if something were to happen to me now? Ah, here's a promising young trainer. Fight in my stead, child, and rout these Team Skull ruffians. I will bestow honor upon you if you do. Cool. Alright, let's roll the wheel. We have to switch every other turn. Oh my. I kind of wish that for the Team Skull grunts, They either just completely went in on the they rhyme when they talk, or just completely didn't. The fact that it's inconsistent is a little annoying. Great job, Sushi! You didn't do a goddamn thing, and now I have to switch you. Dolly, you're up. I am done with you. Dolly, exterminate this pest. Thank you. That loss was pathetic. Your moves were so kinetic. You don't need this Pokemon anyway. Take it then. Good luck and good riddance. Phew. I like to imagine it's inconsistent because they have bad communication between each other. That's actually probably completely true. No. Thanks, kid. Yes, indeed. You're a trial goer, aren't you? You're a splendid trainer. I'm deeply impressed. I'd like to reward you by showing you something truly astounding. Once you have finished your grand trial, come to Hano Grand Resort and I will take you to see a wondrous place. Thank you for helping us out. I really owe you. I'm so glad there are nice young trainers like you around. Good luck on your island challenge. Do-do-do. Walking, walking, walking. Hello, sir. Ooh, Leech Life. Ooh, Leech Life is actually pretty good in this generation. It's a magic card. Bap. Leech Life's better than X Scissor. I thought the whole thing with Wishy-Washy. Oh no, wait. It has to be lower than 25% in order to turn out of its regular or out of the schooling form. Ivy, why don't you take point here? Hello. And for this battle... I was a little confused because I forgot it was 25%, and I'd been thinking it was at half this whole time. And I was like, why can't I switch? Alright, we can only use one move. I'm going to make that one move Mega Drain. Nice. Alright, what is your second Pokemon? And please tell me it's weak to Mega Drain. Okay, so... Ivy's dead. Thank God it's not another one. Not sure why you felt the need to leer. Not sure why you felt the need to leer a second time. Okay, we used our one move as much as we could. I can't remember if John... I think John had lightning-type hidden power. John had lightning-type hidden power. Alright, Fisher Vernon has been defeated. No, we know what type it is because someone told us what type it is. I do not have a revive. It was either lightning or ice. I taught hidden power to 3 Pokemon. For 2 of them, it was lightning, or it was electric type. For the 3rd, it was ice type. So I knew it was one of those 2. We have a Hariyama. And for this fight, we must use a Z move as soon as possible. Got it. Hydro Vortex it is. Wow, Psyduck looks pissed. Oh dear God. Well, that was concerning. Whirlwind. Interesting. That's pretty bad for me. There we go. Nice. Rage. Nah. Alright, we successfully beat Kenji. So you're the one Gladion was talking about. You don't look like anything special to me. I'm Plumeria. I help keep Team Skull together. I'm like a big sister to all these numbskulls. You have realized what idiots all these guys are, right? But don't you think some dummies are cute in their dumbness? You know what I mean, right? You picking on my cute, dumb brothers and sisters is really annoying me. Oh no, she's into himbos. Alright, for this fight. Ooh. That's an interesting music. Alright, we can use only one move. Wait, no! God damn it! I was gonna do defense curl, then roll out for the boost, but I forgot. I'm only locked into one move. Well, I guess we'll just have to defense curl until I die. This is what happens when you have even a moment of distraction. You're no match for me, Plumeria. I'm very good at rolling into a ball. This may take a while. Alright, so now John VGC is stuck on using hidden power only. I think I'm gonna have to end my stream after this. I was only planning to go for a couple hours today and end with the Kakuna fight. But we're already pushing 2.5 hours, and I do have other obligations today. So the grand trial and whatever is waiting at the Ruins of Life will have to be, we'll have to wait until tomorrow. A Salandit. And I am still locked in the hidden power. Nick, you are up. Time for the Bone Meringue to shine. Yep, that worked. Alright, that was a little rough, but it all worked out. Phooey! You're pretty strong, I'll give you that. But mess with anyone in Team Skull again, and I'll show you how serious I can get. Girl, I ain't messing with them, they messing with me. Okay. So let's head back. Let's rest at the Pokemon Center, and that will be it for today. I got through one trial, and I got through a bunch of other stuff on Akala Island. I'm pretty satisfied with that result. You can always catch my streams on Saturday mornings. I am doing Pokemon Moon for the first time. After that, I will be playing Pokemon Ultra Sun for the first time. It's my first time with Gen 7. On Sunday mornings, I stream RPG Maker, which we're having a lot of fun doing. Let's see. The current thing I'm also focusing on for the channel, starting tomorrow, there are going to be daily videos of me playing Ni no Kuni for the first time, and I'm looking forward to that. And also, I think that this week, I may put up a video in which I beat Minecraft in hardcore without breaking any blocks, because I really think I'm going to pull it off. I have, like, the perfect seed. I am set up. I'm ready to go into the nether. I have the safest blaze farming opportunity I have ever seen in over 200 attempts. I am so excited to do that. So thank you all so much for watching. I will see you all in the next one, and it is time to make the sound to summon the end of the stream. Wah, 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 wah.